this year, and this brings to 26 as compared to 2016, where 47 people died, showing a decrease of 21 persons. Do you, with that, despite having an increase in the number of accidents recorded, and if we look at deaths, do you think we are moving in the right direction to see to it that we reduce road accidents in this country?
Well, I think road accidents in our country, or to say road crashes, have really become a pandemic, and it's also part of the non-communicable disease. It's actually a disease to call it nowadays. Looking at the number of accidents which were recorded in 7 days in 2017 compared to 2016, where 282 were recorded, and in 2017 310. But of course, this can be justified because looking at the number of accidents that are recorded, that's why sometimes they should just actually be called maybe crashes for some of them, because that is expected, especially because some they occur due to human error. So that can be justified. But where death is concerned, I think one life lost in a road, I think is a tragedy. And for that we say one life lost also is one too many. So it's quite sad. But we just want to urge motorists that let's fight this trade, because most of the accidents that are recorded in our country, some of them are predictable. They can also be avoided. So would really like to appreciate also like the enforcement that we've seen for the past 1 year, where there is a joint operation between the Zambia police as well as the Road Transport and Safety Agency, which is really good. And like what Mr. Piri said, that if we continue, if the operations continue in the direction the way they are moving, definitely we are going maybe to meet the decade of action by reducing the road deaths by 50%. Of course, we might not get there, the 2017, but if enforcement is enhanced the way it is, and if it's improved, definitely we are going to see the reduction in the number of crashes that can actually be avoided. Now, looking at also the number of that were recorded in the 2017 as well as 17, this is also very important. It shows that something is being done in our country, especially for the people that are responsible to ensure that law and order is maintained on our road. This is very important. But for us as the Zambia Road Safety Trust is just to fill in the gap to help the Zambia Police as well as the Road Transport and Safety Agency to maximize, especially where road safety awareness is concerned to the general public as a whole.
Our dear listener, you're listening to Road Safety Program on Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. Remember, you can also catch us live on our Facebook page, which is Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. Millennium Radio 90.5 FM, that is our Facebook page where you can catch us live as we do this program. You can also post your comments there, which I'll be able to read later on as the program continues. Remember, we're looking at Heroes and Unity Holiday accident statistics. My guests are Police Superintendent in charge of Road Traffic Safety Awareness, Mr. Yoram Piri, and Mr. Mwale, who is Communications Advisor at the Zambia Road Safety Trust. So, Mr. Mwale, you've talked about issues of saying, Mr. Piri has said, if issues of seeing the way the police have been working, we've seen that a lot of SIs have come up. So, can you, maybe as trust, are you looking forward to see to it that, for example, the Ministry of Transport through the Road Transport and Safety Agency continue putting up these SIs to see to it that there is much enforcement as far as maybe in an effort to curb road carnage in the country? Should we see more SIs being signed to curb this vice?
Well, so far, I think in our country, looking at all the ministries that we have, I think in the transport sector, this is an area where we have a lot of SIs. And in our view, we feel that some of the SIs, they are just remembered maybe when there's a serious crash, which has occurred in our country. There's an SI, of course, for speed, isn't it? There are SIs for city belt already, which are already in place. And these other SI, of course, these other SI like for night burning, which have yielded results. We can actually see that some of road deaths occurring at night have significantly reduced. Okay, which is really good. But what is also important is that every time when an SI is signed, it should be accompanied by enforcement. Okay, because some of the SIs, I think there is a little bit of weakness, especially where enforcement is concerned. And also maybe the general public failing to adhere to the rules and regulations. Because the people that are actually supposed to do the enforcement, they are not everywhere. Okay? They are not everywhere. As civilians, we actually outnumber them. We are many than they are. So we also have to play a role as the members of the public to help these people to work. That's why us as the Zambia Road Safety Trust, we've come on board because we feel that leaving some of the road safety issues to the police and the RATSA alone, then it means we are not being Zambian enough. So it's really important. Now, coming to the issue of maybe some of the SI which were assigned way back, looking at like for instance speed. Speed, I think this is one area where a lot of people have died because of overspeeding. But it is also important that corporate companies can also come on board to bring in new technology in terms of gadgets that are really going to help the police, especially because these are the ones who are actually on the road like most of the time, like to monitor the speed as well as to have a central point. Okay, but of course we've heard that from RATSA, but you know, time is not with us. I think there are certain things that really need to be that need attention so urgently to save more lives on our roads.
Okay, our dear listener, we are now opening the phone lines and the numbers to get in touch with us as 0962-870921 or 0953448551. Remember, you're listening to Road Safety on Millennium Radio 90.5 FM, brought to you by Puma Energy in conjunction with the Zambia Road Safety Trust. And this afternoon, we are looking at road safety. We are looking at Heroes and Unity Holiday Accident Statistics. My guests are Police Superintendent in charge of Road Traffic Safety Awareness, Mr. Yoram Piri, who is also Road Safety National Coordinator, and Zambia Road Safety Trust Communications Advisor, Mr. Mwale. The numbers are 0962-870921 or 0953448551. Those are the two numbers to use if you want to get in touch with us. If you have any question relating to road safety, remember you can also post your comments on our Facebook page, which is Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. 0962-870921, 0953448551. Those are the two numbers to use if you want to get in touch with us. Mr. Piri, away from the topic, but this is an interesting issue. The Zambia Police Public Relations or the Zambia Police spokesperson issued a statement this afternoon, and the statement states that the Zambia Police Service has banned the use of unregistered motor vehicles countrywide Only those motor vehicles that are in transit will be allowed to be driven on Zambian roads and should, as per requirement, be accompanied by relevant documents. Police officers have been directed to impound motor vehicles moving without registrations forthwith. Furthermore, all vehicles within the country bearing foreign number plates and being driven by Zambians without any justifiable reason have also been banned, and if found, they'll be impounded. Now, for the sake of those who did not know about this, that is a new or latest development which has come from the Zambia police. Now, maybe you can share with the listeners some of, maybe if you come across such vehicles, some of the documents which are mostly required by law enforcers.
Thank you very much. I think this is in view of trying to enhance security of our own country. You are aware that most cases we have seen these unregistered motor vehicles being used in criminal activities. Yes, I'm aware again that there's already an SI which talks of restricting the driving of these vehicles beyond 21 hours. But this one is latest, where we are now saying no driving of unregistered motor vehicles even during daytime. This is because we want to enhance security of our country. So the documents which are required to be on somebody's vehicle, of course, as you enter the country, there should be a temporal registration number. Then other than that, there are also documents pertaining to the importation papers, bill of lading, and also that vehicle is supposed to have insurance for it to move on our roads. Of course, I know that these vehicles will not be flown in from the border. They will be driven into the country. But what it means is that usage of these unregistered is already, if you are a Lusaka resident, this vehicle is already in Lusaka. And you want to use it to go to the market, you want to use it to take children to school, you want to use it to drinking places. This is what I think that ban is talking about. I know that these vehicles are also supposed to be registered within 14 days. There's a requirement that within 14 days, a vehicle which has a temporary registration number is supposed to be given a permanent registration number within 14 days. Yes, we also go flat out to give this information to members of the public.
Mr. Bree, can you hold your thought? We have a caller. Millennium Radio, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay, somebody doesn't want to talk to us, but you can still try calling us back. The numbers are 0962-870921 or 0953448551. Those are the two numbers to use if you want to get in touch with us on Road Safety Program. Mr. Piri, you can go ahead.
There was also an issue of foreign number plate vehicles. We know that when they come into the country, normally they are supposed to come on a temporal permit if they are visiting. But of course, we have seen a situation where maybe a Zambian who was working somewhere else, he comes into the country, he bought a vehicle where he was working, it could be Namibia or any other country, but he brings this vehicle into the country without reporting to RATSA that he's coming in with this vehicle, and it was supposed to be on entry. This vehicle should have surrendered the registration number, unless if you are coming just for a visit, maybe a few weeks, you are going back with it. But if it's coming for good, you are not supposed to use that vehicle with a foreign registration mark, because you are bringing the vehicle into the country. So it must have paid duty if you want to register it into the country. There are people who are buying second-hand vehicles from outside, already registered, and they are not supposed to use them with those registration numbers from foreign countries. So that is also in terms of security, it becomes a danger.
Millennium Radio, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Who are we talking to?
This is Bernard.
Yeah.
Bueno, Banjo, Bernard.
Two questions. The first question, this extension, 14 days, are we talking 14 days working days or what? Secondly, I wanted to ask, what a bus of the, what do you call this, from the ministry on an auction. I registered, everything turned into my name. I bought 1 quarter. The next time I was buying the quarter, somebody else had gone to change into their name, of which they were successful. Rather, even changed. When I went to pay, they got my book. I said, no, but this bus is in somebody else's name. Somebody else. I said, who? Because this is mine. And you know how dubious they did. It's been a year now. So every time I go to try and change back my name, they say, no, you go back to Works and Supply. Oh, in fact, the court. They go back to the court so that you can have a letter drafted. When you go to the court again, the man that is there, that court at Chimbokaila, the man that is there also says, but there's nothing wrong here. You've got a paper here that you bought. Show them. So they've been trusting me until I got a bit frustrated and left it at that. And the vehicle is just parked right now as I'm speaking. And the man that was dealing it at the court has even been transferred. Now, I don't know what the best approach can be. If you can advise, or if you can, I can see you help me. I think I'll be more grateful.
Thank you. The best, I'm sure I cannot give a full answer on this one, but for the second question, if he can come and see me personally, I hope
he has your number.
He has my number, or he can come. But tomorrow is a weekend, but I don't mind meeting him. I'll give my number at the end of the program.
Yeah, so Mr. Bernard, continue listening. Yes. I will give out Mr. Piri's number so that you can meet him tomorrow. And about the 14 days.
The 14 days, I believe it is 14 days, not because RATSA is working every day, inclusive of weekends, and they have extended even working hours. So when they say 14 days, I believe they are talking from 1st July up to 14th July.
Okay.
Yes, we are aware that we still have queues at RATSA offices, but if people can still take their vehicles there, because what we have discovered is other people took advantage, especially for the second quarter. They didn't even pay for road tax second quarter because they took advantage that we had stopped enforcing on road tax. So a similar situation may occur. After 14, others will be deciding not to still license their vehicles. I did mine yesterday, starting with, in fact, before yesterday, starting with insurance, fitness, and road tax up to 2018 June.
Yeah,
so, yes, that's what is required. So let us do that. It's a requirement that we pay tax to the government. Yes, we are not going to encourage people just to abscond. Maybe they want to abscond 1 quarter and come again and giving all sorts of excuses that no, the vehicle was grounded. If it's grounded, there must be a report that the vehicle is grounded and it should not be seen on the road.
Okay, 0962 870921 0953 448551. Those are the 2 numbers to use if you want to get in touch with us. You are listening to Road Safety Program on Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. Remember, you can also catch us live on our Facebook page, which is Millennium Radio 90.5 FM in capital letters, where you can post your comment there, which I'll be able to read. And now, Mr. Piri, okay, we'll pick another call, then I'll ask you the question I had. Millennium Radio, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon, Jofi.
I'm fantastic. Good afternoon. Bon appetit.
Good afternoon.
I'm fantastic. You know, bon appetit, I went to Rata yesterday at 17 hours, knowing that at least I will be maybe by number 8 or somewhere there. But I was surprised, shocked to find that Kuna the queue and to come back, and of which I'm going there tomorrow morning because I know Saturday they are working.
Yes.
And I know when you talk of that deadline, 14th July, I know we are going to plead with Rasa to extend it in blood. Apiri. I'm telling you, come 12th July, 13th, 14th, you'll be surprised. There will be more people. But I've dedicated tomorrow to do all my paperwork. So, Bonapidi, I know. Definitely you will say, choose you not come back to extend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 0962-870921-0953-448551. In the studio, I'm joined by Mr. Mwale from the Zambia Road Safety Trust and Police Superintendent, Mr. Yorampiri. Millennium Radio, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, madam?
Fine. How are you? Who am I talking to?
Talking to Kelvin Chanda.
Yes, Mr. Kelvin.
Yes, Mr. Piri. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Thank you very much. 0962-87-0921 or 0953-448551. Those are the two numbers to use if you want to get in touch. Millennium Radio, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, somebody doesn't want to talk to us. You can still try calling us back, 0962-87-0921. Hello, you're through to Road Safety.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, madam. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you? Who am I talking to?
This is Sanga. Afternoon, Mr. Piri.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, I want to find out how long does it take for the provision to be put in the new system?
Okay. 0962-87-0921-0953-448551. Those are the two numbers to use. Remember, you are listening to Road Safety on Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. Mr. P, maybe we can respond to these questions.
He's just asking how long it takes for a provision to be put in the new system. I may not give a correct answer because, RATS has just migrated from Zamtis to eZamtis. So I'm not aware that there's need to migrate, but since on this program we also have our colleagues from RATS are coming on the show, they'll be able to come and explain. All what I know is that if you go through your test, if you have gotten a provision and you book for a test, immediately you pass, you are supposed to get into the process of having your license printed.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I know. And I did that when we officially launched the new driving license system. I went there to just replace my old one.
Which up to now I still question how transparent that process was.
I paid 130
I don't
kwacha.
think so.
The system cannot allow for your license to be printed without paying.
Honestly, Mr. Mwale, I'm still questioning how Mr. P he got the new driver's license.
No, he must have paid.
I don't think so, because he did it when they were just launching the same eZamtis thing.
Yes.
And he was next to the minister, so I doubt if these two people...
Even the minister paid.
Okay, I'll pick another call. 0962-870921 or 0953-448551. Those are the two numbers to use if you want to get in touch with us. 0962-870921. Millennium Radio, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam. How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And good afternoon, Varaksa.
I have Zambia Police and Zambia Road Safety Trust.
First, I am greeting Road Safety Trust. And then secondly, I'm greeting police. How are they?
We are all fine.
Your name, sir?
I'm Walia, calling with them.
Mr. Walia, go ahead.
Thank you so much, madam. It's just an appeal to RATA that we maybe they can help us with the charge sheet. Because it's like they have a different charges altogether from the police. The police, they did a very commendable job by providing the public with the charges. If you don't adjust your seatbelt, it's maybe 54 kwacha. Now for the RATSA, please help us with the charge sheet so that you know that when you meet the RATSA on the way, my charges are higher. Because I call very well, one of my one motor ya change of ownership. He was charged, I think, 40,000 kwacha, of which he was even pleading on the media that no, they might have lenience on me. Now,
just on that, Mr. Mwale, I want to get it clear. Ya change of ownership ni failure kuti venzi vanakangiwa kuchinja ownership
within 30 days.
Yes.
Which one is it?
I think it was involved in a certain road traffic act.
Then no peasants wanna change ownership.
He didn't change the ownership. So when he went there to collect his vehicle, I think he was charged to pay 40,000 kwacha.
Okay.
I will explain.
Mr. Pri will explain all that.
Please provide us with a charge sheet so that we know that because for the police it's simple and straightforward. Okay. If you don't adjust the seatbelt, you have to pay 54, and what was the other time is now for the rest, it's abnormal. You find 1,200, 2,000, what? Please.
Honestly, and you know what? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mwale.
Thank you so much, thank you.
And my first question to Mr. Pri, is it 54 kwacha for the seatbelt?
No, I will now earlier. No, the fact is that Zambia Police is enforcing the Road Traffic Act, number 11 of 2002, just like RATSA is doing. So we are not supposed to differ on any charge because we are enforcing the same law. So if you are talking of, for example, use of a handheld mobile phone, it will be 450 at police, it will be 450 at RATSA. At the moment, I should also tell the listeners out there that we have officers attached to RATSA. We have police officers working with RATSA officers. So if there will be any payment, you are going to do your payment through the police officers who are attached to RATSA, because otherwise, if the RATSA officers are working on their own, they will process that matter to court. So the decision will come from court on how much it should pay. But of course, the court also follows what is a penalty like in the act. Although maybe it may not be to the maximum, the court may decide to give you a lower fine. But when it comes to us as police, we always go to the maximum because we fear that we can have an audit query. Okay. So if the penalty is, because the law says not more than 1,500 penalty units, for example, usage of a phone, which is 450 kwacha. The court may decide to charge you 300 kwacha. But for the police, it will be 450 kwacha. Okay. We cannot reduce that.
And about the issue of change of ownership.
Change of ownership.
Was charged 40,000.
Yes. In fact, 40,000, that was some years ago. And now, the failure to change ownership within 30 days, actually the penalty is 60,000 kwacha. 60,000 kwacha is the penalty if you fail to change within 30 days. So that should be taken very, very seriously. There are a lot, and many people, sometimes we come to discover that there was failure to change ownership, maybe through an accident. This person, because he bought the car, and he will, of course, when giving a statement, he will say, it's my vehicle. And we will say, okay, produce the document. So they will differ. His details and the documents on the paper is coming to produce. And that's how people are caught up in this. So take note. If you buy a vehicle, do not just continuously use it. make sure that you get a letter from the person who is selling to you and do the rightful thing by changing ownership. There was also an issue of our colleague who bought a vehicle from government. I didn't respond.
Yeah.
After buying a vehicle from government, he processed only to find that somebody had already done the change of ownership from government to another person.
That's Mr. Bernard, who will be meeting you, I think, any day from today. And he said first time after that vehicle was bought, he managed to pay for whatever he was paying for, TRATSA, for example, road tax. Then the next time when he wanted to renew, he found that someone else had changed the name. Because
when you talk of payment, as long as you have a book, whether it's your vehicle or it's not your vehicle, you can pay tax. You can pay for road tax as long as you have the book. So the other issue of saying there's another person who is claiming ownership of that vehicle, that's where we have to meet
discuss.
And
Mr. Mwale, I'd want you to come in on something which Mr. Wale mentioned. He talked about the issue of charge sheet. Quite a number of motorists out there do not really know about most of these charges from the police, or maybe which comes from the police or RATA, which is why Mr. Wale even mentioned about 54 kwacha for a seatbelt.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I think one problem that we have as Zambians, even when we have these highway codes, which we are supposed to walk into RATA offices and correct so that we read, because most of the charges are actually in the highway code. But some of the highway codes, even when we get them from RATA, we pack them at home. Until when we have a problem, that's when you start complaining about how much is this support, because they are actually units, and police officers or RATA, I don't think they can just wake up and start guessing about how much they should do. They should charge a person depending on the offense that has committed. So it's important that we tizibelenga ma highway code ya highway code mwamene ndi muli ma charges yonse ya milandu ya pamseo, even ma pedestrians na eve, even ma charges na eve yalimo. Okay, but kucharging a pedestrian zakamvera pedestrian azakakana ni vitu mwamene vilidi. So even as pedestrians, we even when got stienza tingaende kuratsa tatenga ku ma highway codes tabelenga taziva ma rights yatu and what we are supposed to do pamseo as we move. Okay. Now the other thing where you talked about what the police said about these unregistered vehicles. I think that is really important, because I've witnessed about 3 road crashes involving unregistered vehicle. There was one day I was following up, I was in traffic, then this Ranex, which was unregistered, hammered into a Mercedes Benz, okay, and just at SDA here. He hammered at the back a Mercedes Benz. Then what did he do? His bumper was actually down for a Ranex, which was, and he just reversed and made a 10. That's how he drove away. But if it was registered, he was actually going to stop, because they don't really care. So actually the 14 days for the vehicle to be registered is maybe because of even the good governance that we have. Because if they are going to impose a law that a vehicle before entry, if it's at Nakonde, you're using Nakonde, before it enters, you have to do all the registration there. It comes into the country, it's registered. They are going to say, no, these people are not good. Okay, but time is being given. Some people don't want to behave properly, and they start misusing the days that they were given, which is really bad, and it's giving a lot of difficult for the police to investigate. How was it looking, what color, it's making things difficult. So I think it's important. This is a welcome move for us. We welcome this move with 100%. Something has to be done. If this is going to continue, better all the vehicles be registered at the point of entry. And
as we are concluding, this same issue about motor vehicle registration, Mr. P, you'd bear witness with me that on this forum we've had quite a number of complaints that people have been driving their vehicles for over a year. A lot of people have spotted such vehicles, whereby you'd find it not registered today, come after 3 months, you still find the same vehicle not registered. But do you think with this ban which has been put up to say the police no longer wants to see unregistered motor vehicles on our roads, or maybe with foreign number plates, do you think this one will work out compared, because the law is there, but last time it was just about maybe in the night, Mr. Piri.
Yes.
And they were being given that 14 days. Do you think it will work out, Mr. Mwale, to say, okay, there is this ban, or what is needed from the police to see to it that indeed people should abide to this ban? What do we expect from the police so that indeed this ban comes maybe into effect, to say to it that indeed it is working out?
This thing definitely it can really work out, especially that it has come out very strong, especially from the police, and I'm glad Mr. Piri is here. And definitely, personally, as the Zambia Road Safety Trust, I think we'll be able to remind the police that this is what was issued, this is what is happening. What is happening? If Vichtika, what is happening? There's already a statement which was issued, and this we don't expect this. Okay, or even as members of the public, we can be reporting. You see the police on such a road, their vehicles every day. Someone is driving an unregistered vehicle. Okay, so that can definitely work out, and that's why we say that. There are a lot of challenges, especially with the police. And as the trust, we also appeal to corporate companies to help with the police so that they can be more mobile. Okay, maybe transport is limited with the police, but if corporate companies can come on board and also help the police, I think a lot enforcement can actually be improved in our country.
Okay. Mr. Piri, yes, you want to say something?
Just to add on,
will be your last words.
Indeed. Just to emphasize that this ban has come, and I know it will affect mostly those who are in car dealing business. When you are in a car motor vehicle sale, these vehicles are supposed to be at one particular place, not that come 17, come 18 hours, you drive it home. The following day, you are driving it back into town. These vehicles are supposed to be in the showroom. So those are the most people who are going to be affected. And those who have the issues to do with it, because they want to move around, they have written for sale, and they want to be moving around with it. Enforcement, I can assure you that it will be there. We'll make it. When we say don't drive unregistered motor vehicles, they must adhere to it, or else they'll find their vehicle impounded. Okay. But we'll do a lot of sensitization as well. We'll give a lot of information to members of the public. We'll utilize all the fora given just to make sure that this message reaches members of the public. Thank you.
Mr. Mwale, your last words.
I think thank you very much for maybe just to add on what Mr. Piri has said, I think definitely the move to ban this driving of unregistered vehicle definitely is going to work. And also what is so sad is the first statistics in his opening remarks, the number of people who died. I think as the trust, we just want to say condolences to the families who lost their loved ones during the long weekend, which is just too short to lose 26 lives. I think it's quite sad for us. Okay. We mourn with the families who lost their loved one.
Okay, thank you very much, our dear listener. This is where we have to end today's segment of Road Safety Program on Millennium Radio 90.5 FM. We've been looking at Heroes and Unity holiday accident statistics 310 accidents were recorded during that period. My guests have been Police Superintendent in charge of Road Traffic Safety Awareness, Mr. Yorampiri, who is also National Road Safety Coordinator, and Mr. Mwale, who is coming from the Zambia Road Safety Trust. He is Communications Advisor. My name is Priska Lumingo Banda. Always remember to fasten that seatbelt. Remember that speed kills. Do not drink and drive. Bye-bye. Stay blessed.